I'm Anna Cummins from Bellevue, Washington. And growing up, I always did all the sports that my brother did. I did swimming, cross country, track, basketball, soccer, whatever. In high school, I was really big into running and basketball. And then I really wanted to run for the University of Washington, but I was just a little bit too big and not quite quick enough. So the rowing team was very interested in my athletic ability and my height and said that I would be a good addition. So I said, heck, I'll try it for a year. And that was the best move ever.
So Anna Cummins, very funny story with this one. We've always had this fundamentals program, and I think when Anna was here, it was a 6-session fundamentals, right? So in walks this gigantic girl one day, you know, Amazonian girl. She's like, Anna's 6'2", legs that are like 9 feet long, you know, beautiful woman. She walks in and she's like, hey, I'm Anna. I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, I just ran here and I want to do this CrossFit thing. And I was like, okay. I'm like, well, you got to go through fundamentals because we got to see what kind of shape you're in. No idea who she is.
When I first came to CrossFit Bellevue, of course I walked in and was welcomed with open arms. I told them I was a competitive athlete in college. I rode for UW and wanted to stay fit. And they're like, okay, we can make that happen. So I didn't tell them my little secret.
So our initial assessment, pretty much our average time is about 10 minutes. It takes a person 10 minutes if you're really fit. If you're really, like average is about 12, something like that. Anna did it in 7. And I'm like, did she just cheat? So I'm like, maybe she cheated, you know. You get those clients every now and then, right? They cheat. It's too fast. It's just too fast. The next workout she comes in, and I think it was like a clean and something. And once again, she's like, it's the fastest time we've ever had. I'm like, but it's only 35 pounds, like whatever, you know. Anyway, so on and so forth through fundamentals. So she starts working out with us in the gym, and we do a workout that day where we're running to Annatai Beach. We're gonna run to Annatai Beach, we're gonna run back. So it's 4.2 miles, and in that class is Eric Nielsen, who's also a SEAL. And Eric's a big dude, he's like 6'5", but the boy can run, and run like nobody's business.
And so I went through all the fundamentals classes and had been training with the group for, I don't know, maybe a month or so, maybe a month and a half. And at one point I went on this early morning run with some of the guys from the gym, and I'm very team oriented and I love to run with people. So when we took off on our run, these CrossFit guys were kind of competitive. So one of the fellows really took off on me and didn't wait for the traffic in the street and all of that good stuff. So I was like, wait a minute, why aren't you waiting for me? And then I got mad and I was like, you should wait for me, we're a team.
So him and Anna take off, and he actually cheated. He crossed the street while the lights were red because Anna was ahead of him to get ahead of her. Well, Anna, being a competitive person, hawks him down and beats that guy by like 5 minutes.
And so then I ran really fast, and I ended up winning the running workout. And when we were all stretching around afterwards, after the workout like we always do, I had to tell them my little secret because I felt guilty that they didn't know. They're like, wow, you're quite the athlete, good job. And I was like, I have a secret. I'm an Olympic gold medalist. University of Washington taught me how to row, and within a couple years I was rowing on the US Olympic team. So in 2004 we won the silver medal in the women's 8, and then in 2008 I kept rowing till then and was 7th in the women's pair, and we won gold in the women's 8. Once I finished up with the Olympics, I obviously wanted to stay fit and tried going to the gym by myself or running from my house, and was definitely in a rut until one of my teammates brought me to her CrossFit class. She's the stroke of the US Women's 8 boat from 2004, and she teaches CrossFit over in Seattle, and I tried it one time and loved it, and I Google mapped Bellevue, where I live, and found the closest CrossFit, and so I came to CrossFit Bellevue, and this has been my workout of choice, keeping me fit, and hopefully this is what I'll be doing until I'm 100. The fact that rowing is a part of CrossFit was definitely a bonus, but at the same time it was something that I didn't, at that point when I started CrossFit, it was something that I didn't want anything to do with because I was a little bit burned out. So really I was mostly excited about the fact that you could do CrossFit and get really fit and be in shape so that whatever you wanted to do on the weekend for weekend warrior stuff, if I wanted to go rowing or if I wanted to go for a hike, I would be totally ready. So that was what mostly drew me to CrossFit, was that with CrossFit you can be fit for life. It's not just fit for rowing. I decided to retire after 2008. Definitely when I finished in Beijing, I was like, I want to be at my best fitness so that when I cross the line, I have no regrets, and that definitely happened. I was very pleased with my performance, and my teammates were awesome, awesome experience. Of course, about a year and a half after Beijing, I was like, I want to row again. So I started rowing here at CrossFit Bellevue, and everybody was really supportive of my dream, but really it was kind of for the wrong reasons, and God led me to really accept where I am now and move forward and find a new legacy, and it's really exciting where my life is headed now. My husband and I have a chiropractic clinic that we're really passionate about. I'm really passionate about CrossFit, also passionate about staying involved in the rowing community more on a local level. I think rowing will always be a part of my life for sure. I definitely fell in love with the sport, and rowing is one of those things that you can do basically until you die. You can definitely get in a boat and paddle around. You won't go as fast, but that's okay. It's still a beautiful sport. So my husband is a rower and his family is rowers, and we each have a single. He has a beautiful wooden Pocock single, and I have this awesome Hudson racing single that I love to get out and about in, and we just go and paddle together and sometimes go hard, but usually we're just out there for a good time. So definitely still rowing and in the rowing community, but not as intense. At this point, I don't have any real aspirations to compete with the CrossFit World. However, I do have aspirations to cheer other people on at the CrossFit World and to also help with the medical team. My husband is a CrossFitter as well, and he's a chiropractor, so we've volunteered our time at the CrossFit Regionals, and hopefully next year maybe we'll help at all the steps along the way, and definitely want to be a resource to keep people healthy so that they can do the things that they love. And I think that's really where my passion will be, more on the supportive end of things and helping other people to, as we say, go for gold medal health. I'm really excited that I've been chosen to be one of the CrossFit coaches for the rowing seminars, and I'm getting trained right now. So really looking forward to learning about how to really get the most out of teaching CrossFitters how to get the most out of their workouts on the rowing machine. My husband and I have already led multiple seminars on rowing and teaching people how to use the machine properly, but really want to take that to the next level, help more people, get people to row faster and stronger and harder, and just get the most out of the Concept 2 rowing machine. For all my peers that were Olympic athletes in the past, or rowed on the national team, or rowed competitively in college, I can't recommend enough to them about the power of CrossFit, because once you're competitive at that sort of level and then you're just on your own, CrossFit really fills that gap, keeps you competitive, keeps you healthy, keeps you strong. So whether you're a soccer player or a rower or you played football, if you come to a CrossFit gym, you're going to be ready and feel just as good, if not better, than you did when you were competing at that level. So I want to encourage everybody to do it, so that you're not like, oh, I wish back in 2000 at the Olympic Games, whatever. You can be like, hey, right now I'm awesome and I'm loving life, and I'm not looking back, I'm looking ahead, and there's still a lot of great things out there, and CrossFit really makes it happen.